Congressman, you've talked about things that seem, and I understand they're of value to some people here. What concerns me about what's happening in the Congress are the broader questions, and I hear it all the time, that the Republican Party simply have long time ago seemed to not want to work with the president. Whether it's true or not, that is what is being communicated. And the result of it is that we're not getting things done in Congress. And the American people are tired. We want some meaningful kind of change going on. And you know what? I think that translates into, and I'll be very candid with what I'm speaking about here, I think there's some racist attitudes going on inside the Congress. And I think they're coming from your side of the aisle. And I'm going to tell you, as a patriot who you spoke about, a person who went out and served their country, I'm concerned because we have a bipartisan government. And I'm concerned that we may have one party if this continues. And it's very troubling. And I think that you, as our congressman, you need to find out a way to negotiate. And when one looks at the record, it's decidedly clear that you have been opposing many of the initiatives that the president has brought forward. And I don't know how to put that into a question, Congressman, but please respond to it.
I certainly understand the point. And I think all of us share it. We want to be able to see a legislative process that actually works. And, you know, imposing some of the initiatives of the president, I don't think that's a big surprise to you. I didn't campaign on his initiatives when I ran for office. Would you agree?
I would agree.
You would agree. So I've been straightforward and honest with you from the very beginning. That doesn't mean that I'm not willing to sit down and be able to talk. Let me give you a good example, I think, right now, with the benefit of 2020 hindsight. Why didn't we work together? You know, prior to the government shutdown, which, believe me, I don't think anyone in Washington, irrespective of the party, has anything to be proud of or happy about. This isn't about politics. This is about your job.
Yes, it is.
About being able to actually do something for you. The last proposal that the House put forward simply said, we're going to fully fund government. Fully fund government. We're going to give no special treatment under the Affordable Care Act to members of Congress. And we are not going to penalize you as an individual under the Affordable Care Act for a year. You can still sign up for it. We aren't prohibiting that. But we won't penalize you. Does that sound sensible?
I think the Affordable Care Act has some issues around it. But the broader question here...
No, I'm just asking, this was a bill, because it's to your point, of why aren't we working together? Do those two issues, fully funded government, Congress gets no special treatment. And as an American individual, you will be given the same benefit that was granted to big business. You aren't going to be held liable for a penalty. You can still sign up, but you just won't get a penalty for a year. Is that sensible?
There are a lot of issues around it.
So I know you don't want to answer me because we may not have some upbeat and say it politically, but I think I've asked that question now at 7 town hall meetings, and I think it's a sensible thing to be able to ask. There was never a vote on it in the Senate. What are we talking about today? We've got Senator Manchin, who is now proposing a delay for a year, a Democrat. We have our 2 U.S. senators that are proposing an extension of the enrollment period. So if it is good today, why wasn't it good then? And you were absolutely right, because it was about politics. We've got to be able to move that. And when you talk to me specifically, I'm pleased to be able to report to you, I moved 8 bills through the House of Representatives. Every bill that I've moved through has garnered bipartisan support. I just cited to you the Water Protection Act. Jared Polis and I, we don't see eye to eye on a lot of politics. We're able to find common ground. I'm one of only probably 24 legislators that's actually been able to get a bill signed into law with bipartisan support. So I'm willing to reach out. I'm willing to discuss. I'm willing to listen, but it takes two sides to be able to do that. I'm extending my hand. I'm willing to do that, and we need the real challenge that we have. We have better than 40 pieces of legislation out of the House of Representatives that haven't even had a hearing in the United States Senate.
On the immigration issue, you're dragging your feet again.
No, actually, we have 5 pieces of legislation which are being reported out to the Judiciary Committee to be able to do that, because, as you probably noted, we've held probably more town hall meetings than anybody in Colorado, Republican or Democrat, Congressman or Senator, going through. And I've always contended bills, the legislative process must be allowed to work. Move it through a chamber. If you don't like it, kill the bill. If there's something of redeeming value, amend it or put in your own legislation. I've been very consistent on saying that. That's exactly what the House of Representatives is.
The Senate got the bill through. Why the House? Why get the House?
The House is moving bills through. That's what I'm noting to you.
And we'll probably get to immigration, the bill.
Thank you. Thank you.